even though we had a lot of stuff going on this weekend, Kyle was kind of homebodying it part of the weekend.
Homebodying it when I could. That was my Father's Day gift to myself. So I guess first and foremost, happy Father's Day to everybody, all the dads out there that were celebrating yesterday. Hope you had an awesome day. It was definitely a great weekend to get out. There was a lot of cool stuff happening in addition to just perfect weather for being out in the mountains. So, on Saturday we had the Ely Outdoor Enthusiast Trail Run up on Ward Mountain. Everything from a 5K all the way up to a full marathon on all that great, non-motorized single track that's up there on Ward. And then you had the motorcycle rodeo put on by White Pine Productions out at the fairgrounds. I hope that was really well attended because I had to MC the Boys and Girls Club wine walk up at the Renaissance Village that evening as well. So there was a lot of things happening on Saturday to draw people. And then, of course, on Sunday was Father's Day, so hopefully that was filled with barbecues. I chose to garden and refinish furniture and throw rocks around the yard. So, but yeah, everybody, I think is getting out, is kind of feeling that summer is in full swing. It's nice that the construction is starting to disappear in the downtown. We're really down to like the last week worth of work. We're 2 weeks away from 4th of July, so we're expecting this week to essentially start seeing the last of the light post heads going on. We've got a lot of the light posts that are installed. Well, the lamps are going to go in this week, and then we still have the cultural tiles and medallions that are going in the sidewalks. So those are the two things that we expect to see. The welcome signs are completely in. I don't know if you've noticed yours up past the Golden Gate by the VFW.
I did notice the all aboard train.
Yeah, you've got the railroad represented in that one. The one that's out on 6 has bristlecone pine, and then the one on Highway 50 right there by the Ridgefield gas station has an old Lincoln Highway era automobile on
Cool.
it. So those are looking really, really cool. And just all the reviews from what people are saying now that they are starting to see the final product. No surprise, everybody's really impressed with how it looks. And even going through this morning, all the additional watering on the trees looked happy today for the first time since being transplanted, especially the maples. The oaks are still looking a little bit rough, but
Give them a little time.
Give them a little time,
And if they don't take their warranty.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. But everything's getting ready for this 4th of July. So if you're looking to see what events are happening over the 4 days, so starting on Thursday, July 2nd, going all the way to Sunday, July 4th, there is over 50 events on the calendar. You can go to elynevada.net to the featured events page, red, white, pine, and blue, and then look for all the schedules that are being printed soon. Those will be out and about. But that again is in 2 weeks, and this weekend you've got the Bristlecone Bricks and Trains that's happening at the Bristlecone Convention Center. That's a Friday and Saturday event. And then you've got the State Rifle Shoot that's happening. That's a Saturday and Sunday event. So next weekend is going to be packed with stuff going on. There's always Cave Lake, Great Basin National Park, Garnet Hill. Just a great time to be out in the mountains. And I want to mention our Pony Express Reriders, because the Pony Express Reride is happening this week, and they're actually going to be meeting the mail, I believe, sometime today at the Utah border, and start bringing it across the state of Nevada to California to finish in Sacramento.
There you go. It's always good. I want to mention, because a lot of thing that we have talked about for a very long time here on the station has been the duck pond. And I this morning I took a few extra minutes to drive all the way downtown.
Yep.
And then I drove back around to come up Campton.
And it only took a few extra minutes. That's good. You can get around town and see all this good stuff in very minimal time.
But I drove by, and the ducks looked happy in their temporary pond. And that temporary pond looks better than what the first contractor did it with the original pond.
I think anytime you add a light up fountain, it just classes up the joint a little bit more,
I mean, the pond that they did that was temporary just didn't look like anything.
Hmm.
It looked like it was just barely passable. And these ducks are out there and they're just enjoying it, and it looks good and it's attractive
Yep.
to the people. So, they did a good job.
They did do a good job. No, there's a lot of investment that's going on in the city of Ely. I mean, we can't forget about, the city of Ely Public Works and all the stuff that they're doing. They just chip sealed a bunch of road. There's curb and gutter going in up at the cemetery to kind of define those areas. Hopefully, a sidewalk all the way on Campton. But, there's just the town is continuing to wake up and kind of make these improvements that have been identified for a while now. So that's really cool to see that. And there's a lot of resources for the property and business owners in the downtown. They, fresh coat of paint. I know Club Rio just fixed their sign, the neon sign, thanks to a grant from White Pine Main Street. So if you are a property owner, you have the City of Ely redevelopment money, and you also have the White Pine Main Street facade money. Everything looks good. Fix your building up.
Make it look nice.
And then I do want to bring up two things before we're done, Wyatt. The summer concert series is booked, so we do have the dates and the bands for the free summer concert series in Broadbent Park. That's going to be starting on July 11th with Buddy DeVore and the Faded Cowboys. That's, of course, Western Honky Tonk. On July 25th, we've got Suka T, which is cumbia and dancehall music. Very, very, very danceable, fun sounds. On the 8th of August, we've got the Blues Monsters. That's blues and rock. And then on 8/15, we close it out with the reggae band that we booked last year, False Rhythms, that the park was absolutely packed for. So continuing to provide some of those like old favorites as well as the diversity of sounds just to kind of see what gets you dancing.
All righty, Kyle Horvath, where do they go to find out all the details?
Go to ElyNevada.net for the website. Follow us at Visit Ely, Nevada on all your favorite social media. Give us a call at the convention center or just come on down.
All righty, Kyle Horvath, White Pine Tour and Rec, updating us on what's going on in White Pine County. It is a busy, busy summer again. We will have coming up next a Bloomberg Money Minute. We'll have world news at the top of the hour, and Todd Starnes in at 9:05 talking about all the wet down in Memphis. I'm sure, they're getting ready to float away again. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8:05. Do not be late without a note from home. All the best. May God bless.
Now just go.